Why is connection so important? It covers everything we do as a leader. So I'd like to take you to a smoke-filled comedy club. Hi, this is Paul Rosenberg. Welcome to the Rogue Leadership Channel. Welcome to Miami. Bienvenido a Miami. Today we're going to talk about a subject that's really important for all leaders everywhere, and that's connection. And we're going to dive deep into connection as a topic over the next couple of videos as well. So I'd like you to sit back, make sure you subscribe, leave me some comments, and if you want me to cover a topic and have any suggestions for other topics in the future, please feel free to give us your feedback that way. Now I'd like to take you to a smoke-filled comedy club. You're getting ready to go on stage and you're looking over the audience, and there are an audience full. There's a bunch of people there who are already quite inebriated, and the only thing they want is for you to make them laugh. So right away, you're in an antagonistic situation. So what does this have to do with leadership, Paul? I know you're all asking me that. Well, it has everything to do with leadership, because what that comic needs to do in a short period of time is connect with that audience, align with the audience, and get that audience to be with him or her during the show. And it's a dynamic that serves us well in the workplace. So I'd like to cover three things that I used to do as a comic. It used to amaze me that comics would go to the bar, having their free drinks and their meal, chatting up the wait staff, and not look at the audience. The first thing I did in a club was I watched the audience. So the first thing I want to talk about is observation. Have a look at who your audience is going to be. What's their mood? Are they happy? Are they unhappy? Where are the potential hecklers? Take the time to take stock of who you're going to be with for the next 15 to 40 minutes, depending on where you are in the show. So the first thing, again, is observe. The second thing is really important, and that's engagement. Engagement brings that audience with you, just like engagement brings your team with you. Patrice O'Neill, who is a wonderful comedian, now long gone, unfortunately, was a master at engaging his audience. He had great material, but he usually spent the first 10 to 15 minutes talking to people in the crowd, having a conversation, engaging that crowd with him. So by the time he got to the material, everything was fine and they were on his side. So a master at engagement. Number three, what I call is pulsing. Taking that pulse of the audience, sending out little signals, seeing where they're going, trying this, trying that. So again, if you pulse, you can kind of help direct the audience with you and know where to go. So those are the three things. Let me give you an example of how pulsing and engagement and observing work. A couple of jokes that I wrote. When I was a comic in Sweden, I wrote a joke about their prime minister, Olof Palme, who was assassinated, and that the news was that Lee Harvey Oswald did it. Now, I thought that was going to be the punchline, but when I said the bullet leaving Dallas, the whole place erupted. And I realized that that line that I thought was going to be the punchline wasn't the funny part. And as I took them on that journey with the bullet going from Dallas over to New York City, crossing the Atlantic, every time I added a step to the journey, the audience was howling with laughter. If I hadn't been pulsing and paying attention and just doing my stuff, just delivering the material I had written, it wouldn't have worked. So again, let's recap that. That pulsing bit is really important. A second example, once I was hired and there were three people in the audience. This was a 200-person club in Sweden, and there I was. Three people sitting in the front row. Oh my gosh, how am I gonna last 45 minutes with these three people? I had two choices. I could just deliver my material, or I can make it a fun evening for them. So I engaged with them, I talked with them, I delivered my material. Afterwards, I bought them all a drink and I said, how was it? And they said, that was just great. Yeah, you didn't have the roar of the crowd because there was no crowd, but you had an authentic experience with those people. So again, let's recap. Number one, observe. Number two, pulse. And number 3, engage. So those are the 3 things that you need to do as a leader if you want to bring your team along with you. I hope that's been of value to you, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.